Hola, 'tis I, Alicia. How are you? Hope you're doing good. What are we going to look at today? We're going to look at vampires. Oh, vampires. Now, vampires, I'm going to say, first off, I don't know too many things about them. I know we have Bram Stoker's Dracula. I know there's Vlad Dracula. There's all sorts of ideas of what vampires are. And I was watching this show called Vampires in America. And it's like a mockumentary. That's what I'm going to call it. It's on Discovery Plus, and you can check it out. It's like not like horrible. It's not like epic. I mean, it gets you kind of thinking, and I guess that might be the point of the whole thing. But so the idea is that there are vampires in America, at least 20,000 of them, according to these guys who claim to be vampire hunters. Okay, so their MO is to attack the most vulnerable in society, and they prefer human blood, but they can survive on the blood of mammals. And that they were saying, this was recorded, I think, 2020, 2021, maybe 2022, recently, okay? And they were saying there was a missing persons, cases have increased during this time, and they thought, vampires must be on the rise. I don't know. And so, is it vampires? Is it something else? And then they were comparing it and wondering to sometimes the cattle farmers, they'll have their cattle where you've seen it on, if you've watched about Skinwalker Ranch, where, and it's other places too, but the cattle is, I don't know what they do to it, but they drain all their blood and then they take their body parts and there's cuts on them and it's made with like laser precision. So it's interesting. And I'm wondering, is that because of the vampires, or is that because of aliens, or is it something else? Let's see what we can find out about vampires. Are vampires still a thing? Because you could say Vlad was kind of a vampire in a way. I don't know if he like actually drank their blood, but maybe. And then we could always take it to the Eyes Wide Shut crew, and that's a whole other deal. So I'm not going there. But let's see, are vampires people who want to drink other people's blood? Is that a thing? Are vampires a real thing in 2022? I wear my sunglasses at night. Oh. I would say yes, they are, but it feels like that's a decreasing number. Like they're decreasing in their numbers. Oh, and there, sneaky snacker. Here we go. We haven't paid our sneaky snacker tax in a while. Doop. Alright, well, it looks like here, what we got going on is that yes, yes, we have the yes, and they're doing it. There's shady ways of them doing it. Yes, they overcome their victims. They balance it's almost like they are studying who they're going to go after next, and they're like weighing the options. It's almost like if I'm people watching, but I'm people watching, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm looking at people on the fringes of society, and I'm like, well, there's Bob the drunk. Do I want him because his blood's probably going to jack me up, or do I want Pete the pot smoker? Oh, I don't know, maybe that'll be some relaxing. It's like a very weird surveillance of people watching. So they're like checking out people, like trying to size them up on how good they think their stock is. They definitely are doing this at night, so be careful. This is interesting here. This would tell me that they have been, allegedly for entertainment purposes, this is a tarot card reading, they have been sanctioned by an official body to do this. Almost like, yeah, go ahead, go do it. Like, yeah. So it's almost like, I don't know if, like, you'd say they're a part of a church, or perhaps there's a government institution or something official body who says, yeah, go out and do this because you get what you want and we get what we want. So there's some other things going on. But I'm gonna say yes, they're still out there doing that. And I'm not saying that these are a part of the Eyes Wide Shut crew. This is not how I'm asking the question. Okay, so time for a little crystal chit chat. It is time for you to check out my big 10-inch of selenite. I've got some selenite wands in the shop. They're like almost 10 inches, but they're kind of thin. Some are a little thicker, like this guy right here. He's kind of thin to win. You can see they are not like perfectly polished or anything. These are natural pieces of selenite. So you can see here, there's like this doot. And it's kind of thin, super thin. So that would be like, I don't even know, doot, 1/4 inch thickness maybe on this one. This one's a little bigger. This one's going to be like maybe 1/2 inch. Some are thicker, some are thinner, but they are large and in charge, right? Almost 10 inches there. So what are you going to do with your selenite wand? Well, just like the last time when we talked about it, you're going to cleanse your auric field, and it's going to help you connect with the divine light of God. And if you want to open up a circle, this is like the perfect size for you to open up your circle for doing all of your magical work. This one's a lot easier to work with than perhaps the smaller that we have in the shop of the selenite. This would be the 4-inch wand, but you can see this is like double your selenite pleasure. So if you want to pick that up, check it out in my shop at aliciawicker.com. Okay, so who is this, like, why is this a win-win situation? If there's an official institution somewhere that says, yeah, go out and do it, go ahead, it's a win-win, why is this a win-win? It's a win-win. Okay, that just got weird. Okay, I'm gonna say, allegedly for entertainment purposes, this is like, the way I got this was almost like you're doing the heavy lifting for us. You're going out and you're just getting the liquid that you want, right? But then we can come in and we are like doing experiments on the bodies. We're doing experiments on our bodies, on the bodies, like when we pick them up, that we wouldn't be able to do unless you were out here having your first dibs on them. And we're doing this, or in the shadows, doing this. So it feels like whatever this original, the institution, the group of the sanctioning this, who's into this, who's taking then the leftovers, as you would uncouthly say, it feels like they were in the business of doing this themselves, but it became not profitable for them to do themselves anymore, and also could have been attracting bad press where eyeballs were starting to look at them. So this is almost like we'll partner up with the vampire people. They can do the work for us, and then we get the remains, and that helps us to move forward with, we're doing experimentation on whatever's going forward here. So this is almost too, I'm going to say allegedly, there's something where they've also maybe given a nod to law enforcement, like, don't dig into this too deep, let it slide, don't worry about this. So there's some kind of cover they're giving to the vampire people. because they're doing something here with them. They haven't been happy with all of their peoples they've collected from this. It's interesting. It's almost like they wish they could send the vampires to a training class on a better way of people watching or selecting their prey. But yeah, it's almost like we let the vampires go do their work, and then we're hiding in the shadows here. Nobody's going to see us. We're in the shadows while they go do it, and then we can further our experiments. Okay, this has already gone down a way I don't like at all. Okay, that's great. Don't want to wear my sunglasses at night. Okay. Let's see. Let's ask, have the aliens been involved in the cattle mutilations? That one's kind of like, who's doing the cattle mutilations? Is it, let's do this, we'll do two sides. We're going to do aliens, vampires. Who's into the cattle mutilations? Oh. Okay. It looks like both sides have attempted this. Here's our sneaky snacker. Again, let's pay it up for sneaky snacker tax for the aliens. Okay, so it looks like the aliens are behind this. They're doing this at night. How interesting. There's a moon. Here's not cows, but the way this is coming through is that we're like doing this so that that animal is not, like, they zap them so they don't even know what's going on before the aliens are picking on them. They're working on some project, so that's why the aliens are doing this, but they're not happy with the results they've been getting or the pickings that they're having access to. Now it looks like here for our special Dracula people, they did it, but they were doing it horribly. They were like cruel to the animal is how I will say it. They were cruel to the animal, and the animals weren't going down easily. So they're just kind of moving on from that. But it's almost like both were coming to it for this, like, they both have some need of some organic piece of the puzzle, because I'm not feeling that they're just in it for the blood, but they are. But there's they both want, there's some organic materials that they're both seeking for, but yeah. Okay. Alrighty. This has turned weird. Again, as they always seem to. Last, let's look into this. Was Bram Stoker's Dracula dictated to him? Now that was something I saw or read. I don't know. Let's see. Was this dictated? Might make you want to reread it if we find out it is. Let's see. Why is there sneaky snackers all up in this reading? Okay, let's pay our tax so we can get that out of the way. Alright, I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say that there was a conflict about doing this. So we have our deception here, and it's our weighing our options about this. So there's definitely like, this is not coming from my own brain. I know this is like coming from somewhere else, almost like as if unknowingly maybe they tapped into something, and then poof, oh, now I'm getting magical answers here. And it's like, this is coming across the long-term success, leaving their legacy. It was like a deal with the devil in a way. They were hoping like this, the dictation that the story's coming to him through the dictation, and it's almost like I wish I could have thought about this on my own. I wish this was more of my own project and not like given to me. But I see that this is moving towards me leaving a legacy, so that's why I'm going to pull shady pants things here and do this, because I don't know where they were at the time of their career, but it feels like I need to hit it out of the park, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I had some options here, and I decided to take the deal with El Diablo, or whoever is dictating this, and go forward with it. What? Interesting. So that's weird. I don't know if we can even figure out who's dictating it to him, but let's see. We'll see what we can find out. We may not get the answer, but oh. Okay, I don't actually think it's El Diablo. I want to say that this is a family member that passed on. Okay. Working together with them, the family member was on the other side and helping them to bring this information down to them. I'm almost wondering too if, like, I don't know, was Bram Stoker doing like something like going on ayahuasca journeys or what, like something here, or maybe it's alcohol, some type of substance to get into the zone to receive the dictations. It feels like it. It was like a gift from the other side to solidify that legacy again. There's definitely, again, there was some trepidation about doing this because it was like trying to make it sound like, am I going to fool people? Are they going to say, oh no, that's not your writing style, that doesn't sound like you at all? Trying to make this as like seamless as an offering to people. Whoever this, feels like a man who came through to bring this story, to dictate this story to him. Wanted to help. Like, it feels kind of a little bit like an I owe you, but I want to help you. I don't know at what point Bram Stoker was at his life. It feels like there's a little bit of depression here going on, and maybe not in the best frame of mind. And so it was kind of like, I'm giving you this gift of this book. So then, did the person who's dictating this book to Stoker, did they know about vampires? Or were they a vampire? How funny. this is so funny. The way this comes through is this person who dictated, this ghosty from the other side, who dictated this book to Stoker, was a vampire slayer. And they wanted to, like, get this story out, and like it's almost like a expose, or read after I'm gone kind of thing. That's how this feels like. I want to expose these beings. Like, there's these secrets going on at night. Again, at night we go out, and yeah, so that's weird. So God only knows how long this vampire thing's been going on, but this person feels like they were a slayer of the vampires, and they wanted to get this story out, and they wanted to, it almost too was also, they weren't able to make amends with whoever in their family. Like, it's almost like their family knew they were out doing shit but didn't know what they were doing, and in some way they think that by, like, read after my passing, read after I'm gone, that this story will somehow click with someone who is still around to then be able to connect the dots. I don't know. Like, I've left a clue through the writing to tell you what I was doing, but I'm also sharing the story because the world needs to know. What? Okay. Well, that was certainly an interesting reading, don't you think? Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Tell me what you know about Draculas and vampires and all that kind of stuff, because I'm super curious to know. So let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, give this video a like. I'd surely appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Adios.